Well, here we are, the end of the year, and also the last video of 2021 as well, at least for me. Throughout the year, I've covered different speculations, like 4 things I want to see in the next revision of the Switch, which turned out to be the OLED model, 5 ways to make Switch Online better, 5 games I want Nintendo to make, and even stuff I want to see in Nintendo's next platform. That should prove to viewers who think I'm running out of ideas wrong. But I felt with 2021 wrapping up and 2022 commencing that I should make at least one more speculation before the year's over. Now you might be wondering, what other speculation-based topics could you possibly have in that little noggin of yours? And to that I say, good question, for I have no answer. And you might also be wondering, how are you going to speculate if you don't have something to speculate? And to that I say, I don't know, and I'm really starting to panic over here. I can't believe it. I ran out of ideas. What am I gonna do? I can't revisit topics I've already covered. That'd be cheating. I need something different to speculate. Maybe I could get inspiration from looking at Google? I mean, I guess that's the source of all ideas. I hope. I think I got something. According to Nintendo, sequels to Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, and Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle are confirmed games for 2022. Which means most of Nintendo's 2022 game lineup is mostly just sequel after sequel. And I think that sparked an idea for what to talk about today. 2022 and sequels, of course! Now then, I have my idea. Time to get to work. Now, if you don't mind, I don't have much time. Actually, no time at all, actually. So like I mentioned before, 2022 from I and many others are hearing looks to be the year of sequels. Now not everything Nintendo is putting out in 2022 is sequels, so some games definitely shows 2022 isn't just sequel after sequel, but from what we are hearing, most games that Nintendo has revealed looks to be mostly just sequels. And I know I'm kind of making it sound like it's a bad thing to have all these sequels, but that's actually not the case. It's not like the Wii U, where most games Nintendo put out for the system are sequels to Wii and other games, thus resulting in the system kinda lacking a bit of identity. A lot of the sequels on Wii U are fantastic. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the best modern 2D platformer ever made. But there wasn't really a whole lot of original Wii U games that weren't sequels. The Nintendo Switch has had quite a few sequels. Not even my biased love of Nintendo is going to hide that fact from me, like Metroid Dread, Splatoon 2, Paper Mario, The Origami King, and Super Mario Maker 2. But unlike the sequels on Wii U, the Switch consists of a lot of sequels that people actually asked for, like Metroid Dread. I'm not sure how many people from the Wii era wanted Nintendo to make a sequel to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, unless those guys really wanted a Mario game with the letter U in it. But hey, I can't blame them, U is a good letter. But along with the Switch's sequels and Wii U ports too, there's also original games on Switch too. So yeah, while the Switch has plenty of sequels, it also has a fair amount of original games to call its own too, so something like this is okay. And I said already in 2022 that the sequels Nintendo has planned for that year is Splatoon 3, Mario+Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and Breath of the Wild 2. But does this also open up the possibility of other sequels to come that we don't know about? Maybe this'll be the year Nintendo gives us an update on Metroid Prime 4 after its development restarted in January 2019. I don't know. But who knows, maybe Nintendo will use 2022 as an opportunity to develop a sequel to, say, Super Mario Odyssey? I want it, so many others want it. Make it happen, Nintendo. Or maybe Mario Kart 9 if I want to embarrass myself in how wrong I'll probably be. Or potentially a sequel to a franchise Nintendo doesn't really do much with nowadays, like Punch-Out!, F-Zero, or even Wario Land. Please, for the love of God, remember Wario Land. There are also sequels that I think has absolutely no chance of happening, not just in 2022, but every year afterwards. Super Mario Galaxy 3, a sequel to Donkey Kong 64. But basically the sequels people have been wanting long before the Switch era is a true successor to the first 2 Paper Mario games, with unique characters and settings. Not that Super isn't good or anything, but they just want a Paper Mario RPG that made the first 2 games so special. A sequel to F-Zero GX is something a lot of people want, or just the new F-Zero in general, because while I haven't experienced a whole lot of the franchise's offerings, seeing people wanting a new game shows that the franchise is really good, and Pikmin 4 is something Miyamoto has been teasing us with for years. But there is certainly a chance of getting a sequel to F-Zero GX on GameCube, a sequel to Pikmin 3, and sorta maybe a new Paper Mario game that's comparable to the first 2? I guess. I'm just making everyone hate me now, aren't I? Now, I've talked about the possibilities of certain sequels that has a chance and not a chance of releasing in 2022 or ever, actually. But I never went over the sequels that I personally want. I think there's a lot of potential for a Mario Odyssey sequel and ideas Nintendo could bring if they make a sequel. But if they don't wanna, then they should at least make a new 3D Mario based on the ideas that were introduced in the Bowser's Fury expansion and the 3D World port. I would also like to see a sequel to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Returns, getting a modern Donkey Kong Country trilogy to coincide with the fantastic original trilogy on the Super Nintendo. But the thing is, Retro Studios, the producers of the modern Donkey Kong Country games, kinda has their hands full with Metroid Dread at the moment, so Nintendo could either wait till they wrap things up with Metroid to work on it, or commission the same people who made the 3DS version of Returns to develop it. I'm not too familiar with the company, but with how well made the 3DS version of Returns was, it seems as though they have a pretty thorough understanding of what makes these games the platforming masterpieces that they are. So I think I'd be okay if they were in charge of the next Donkey Kong Country. Now that Nintendo has acquired Canadian studio Next Level Games early this year, I think we could see the possibility of getting sequels to games that Next Level Games has made for Nintendo, like Metroid Prime Federation Force. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm not really counting on a sequel to Luigi's Mansion 3 for a while, as it's still a bit too soon, but maybe we could see a sequel to Mario Strikers Charged on Wii or Punch-Out Wii. Now, neither of which are games that I've personally played, but if they were to get sequels, there will be a pretty big chance of more people playing them since they're on the Switch. But now you might be wondering, what is the possibility of 2022 being the year of sequels? And I am leaving that question with a big fat I don't know. Most games Nintendo has revealed in 2022 are sequels to other games, but there's also other games that are revealed to not be sequels, and since 2022 is considered to be the year of sequels on the internet, there's also the possibility of Nintendo confirming other unreleased sequels as well. And because Nintendo could be very unpredictable at times, it can be very hard to determine this, so I guess we'll just have to wait till 2022 to find out. I will wait as long as it takes to get a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey, damn it. We got a sequel to Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and I want more! And that's a wrap on Omar Man 2021. If you've watched my videos throughout the year, checked out my channel, liked, subscribed, or even just watching the videos, then thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I do really enjoy video making. It's fun. This is actually something I wanted to do before I started this channel in 2020. And I did have a YouTube channel before that, don't tell anyone. But it wasn't really in the same kind of style of video making as this. I'm not going to share that because it's kind of embarrassing. But honestly, thank you if you've watched my videos or checked out my channel over the year. I do appreciate it. As for my plans for 2022, I'm not 100% certain on that yet. Like, it's just kind of like a mixed bag. Like, it's just basically at this point, like, whatever I just decide to do when I upload my first video for the year. And also, I'm not going to upload in January like I did this year. Like, I kind of want to, I just feel like uploading and, like uploading later on after January would be a better move. But, as for what my plans are for 2022, I'm not 100% sure. I do have some cool videos planned for that year, but I mean, they may not be much different than my regular videos, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it for Omar Man 2021. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in 2022. Happy New Year's.